Nicely.
Stop. Whatever you think you know about this World Cup, throw it out the window. Because what just happened in the group stage? Nobody saw this coming. Norway knocked out France. Canada is in the round of 16. Cape Verde, Cape Verde, is still alive at the World Cup. And the most stacked bracket in the history of this tournament is now officially set. 32 teams, zero margin for error, and the road to the final is an absolute minefield. Today, we are breaking it all down, who's through, who's in danger, and my personal predictions for who survives into the round of 16. Let's get into it. But before we dive deep, here's something you need to understand about this World Cup, because the format has changed everything. For the very first time in history, 48 teams showed up to compete, and that means there's a brand new round nobody has ever seen before, the round of 32. Think of it as the new round of 16, except it's messier, wilder, and more unpredictable because 8 of the best third-place teams got in too. So, it's not just group winners and runners-up, it's chaos by design. And it means some of the biggest names in world football are already walking a tightrope. The round of 32 runs from June 28 all the way to July 3. 16 matches, 16 eliminations, and then the survivors face each other in the round of 16, where it really gets brutal. From here on out, it's win or go home. No second chances, no moral victories. You either win or you pack your bags. Now let's talk about the teams that sailed through the group stage and put themselves in the best possible position. Start with Germany. 7 goals in their opening game against Curaçao. 7. Florian Wirtz and company looked absolutely ruthless from minute 1. They won Group E as expected, and they now face Paraguay in the round of 32 in Boston. Paraguay is no pushover. They snuck through as a third-place team. But Germany, playing at this level, should be fine. The real question is what comes after, because if Germany survive the round of 32, they are on a projected collision course with France at the round of 16. Think about that. Germany versus France on American soil in the knockout round of a World Cup. That is not just a football match, that is an event. And speaking of France, they were absolutely flying in the group stage. Mbappe with brace after brace, 3-0 over Iraq, 3-1 over Senegal. It looked like a coronation, and then Norway happened. In the final group game, Norway absolutely destroyed France, 4-1. 4-1, suddenly Les Bleus, the team everyone was calling favorites, look human. They go through as group runners-up and now face Sweden. Sweden, led by an in-form Alexander Isak, is going to make this uncomfortable. France better arrive at full intensity, because if they're still finding their feet, Sweden will punish them. The Netherlands, meanwhile, have been the model of consistency throughout this tournament, won their group, dismantled Tunisia 3-1. Gakpo and Brahmi have been magnificent going forward. They face Morocco in the round of 32, and Morocco is not a team you sleep on. These are the same people who reached the semi-finals in 2022. They are organized, they are physical, and they press with an intensity that disrupts even the best teams. This is the most dangerous round of 32 matchup in the entire bracket, and if Netherlands get through, they're projected to face Canada in the round of 16. Canada, the co-host nation, who just beat South Africa in stoppage time to become the first team through to the round of 16. Their fans are going absolutely crazy. That round of 16 tie would be an atmosphere unlike anything we've ever seen. Then there's Argentina. Messi turned 39 years old during this tournament and is still the most terrifying player on the pitch when it matters most. He's now the World Cup's all-time leading scorer with 18 goals after a hat trick against Algeria and a brace against Austria. Argentina breezed through Group J and faced Cape Verde next in the round of 32. Cape Verde are a feel-good story, but Argentina should handle that. The real test comes in the round of 16, where they could meet Australia or Egypt. And you know Scaloni won't let his squad sleepwalk through anything. Brazil, meanwhile, topped Group C and faced Japan in the round of 32. And here's the thing, Japan has been outstanding in this tournament. They drew with Netherlands, beat Tunisia 4-0, and they play with a fearlessness that should make Brazil nervous. Brazil versus Japan in the round of 32 could genuinely be the match of the entire first knockout round. Don't sleep on it for a single second. Now here is where it gets really spicy, because some of the most compelling stories of this World Cup are not coming from the giants. They're coming from the teams nobody expected to be this deep. Norway is the story of this tournament so far, and it's not even close. Erling Haaland has been an absolute force of nature. Norway beat Iraq 4-1, beat Senegal 3-2, and then, in the moment that sent shockwaves across the entire football world, they put 4 past France in the final group game. Haaland is locked in. The whole team is locked in. They now face Ivory Coast in the round of 32, with Ivory Coast's own teenage sensation Yan Diomande ready to make his mark. This is going to be must-watch television. But Norway feel like a team of destiny right now, and I mean that with full sincerity. Cape Verde are through to the round of 32 against Argentina. Will they survive that? Almost certainly not. But the fact that they're here, on this stage, in this tournament, is what the expanded World Cup was always supposed to be about. And Colombia? Silently, quietly, ruthlessly, they topped Group K ahead of Portugal, beat Uzbekistan 3-1, held Portugal to a draw, beat DR Congo. James Rodriguez has looked like the old James, threading passes through defenses like it's 2014 all over again. They face Ghana in the round of 32, and they could absolutely be a quarterfinal team if you give them any room to breathe. But not every team that made it through is feeling comfortable. England topped their group 4-2 over Croatia in the opener. Jude Bellingham looking world-class, but their path from here is a minefield. They face DR Congo in the round of 32, and if they survive that, they face Mexico at the Azteca Stadium in Mexico City. In front of one of the most hostile, most electric, most terrifying home crowds on planet Earth. That is not a small ask. England need to arrive at that game ready for war, because the Azteca doesn't care about reputations. Spain, meanwhile, with Lamine Yamal back and playing like a genius, face Austria next. Manageable, but their projected round of 16 matchup is Croatia or Portugal. Ronaldo and Modric are still going. That would be one of the greatest knockout clashes in World Cup history. And Belgium? 3 chaotic group games, a draw with Egypt, a draw with Iran, a 5-1 thrashing of New Zealand just to squeeze through. Kevin De Bruyne finally showing up when it mattered. They face Senegal next, and then potentially the United States or Bosnia. A long road with no easy moments. So here's how I see the round of 16 playing out, and these are the 8 teams I'm backing to reach the quarterfinals. France get through, despite the Norway scare. Too much firepower. Mbappe is locked in, and the group stage stumble might actually be the wake-up call they needed. Argentina survive. Messi doesn't leave without a fight. He never has, and this squad has the structure to go deep. Brazil have been powerful without being spectacular, but their depth and experience carries them through Japan, and whoever comes next. Spain are the most complete team in Europe right now, and Lamine Yamal might just be the best teenager on the planet. They go deep. Netherlands have been the most consistent team in this entire tournament, and I back them to edge out Morocco, and then Canada to reach the last 8. England have the individual quality to survive their brutal draw, just barely. Colombia are my dark horse pick, quiet and dangerous and clinical. And Norway is my bold call, my shock survivor. They already beat France. Haaland is in the form of his life. I am not ruling out Norway in the quarterfinals, and if it happens, nobody can say they weren't warned. The group stage is over. The drama, the upsets, the records, they all happened in the first 3 weeks. But here's the truth about the World Cup. You haven't seen anything yet. The real tournament starts right now. Every game from this point is a final. And with a bracket this loaded, there is going to be absolute carnage. Norway, Canada, Colombia, Cape Verde, Belgium. This World Cup already has more storylines than any in history. And the knockout stage is going to be chaos of the most beautiful kind. I cannot wait. If you want to stay ahead of every match, every upset, every moment, subscribe right now. Drop your round of 16 predictions in the comments. Who do you think goes all the way? Who's your biggest shock survivor? Let me know. I'll see you in the next one.